All right, thank you so much for joining us here. Another wellness check. How's everyone doing? Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for joining us here at the Nikki Clarke Show live at the Go Live Studios. And again, if you're just joining us, you can know more about the show if you go to the website, NikkiClarkeNetwork.com. We've got 15 years of inspirational episodes, stories that can help you get unstuck in your professional or personal life, and we touch on every single topic. So I hope that you'll take a look there. And also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, we want to hear from you. So you can email us at contact@NikkiClarkeNetwork.com. So we've been having so much excitement on the show, and it's continuing to grow. I am very, very honored to have this next guest. She is a financial coach. She's a mother of 4. She is the founder of a non-for-profit, and she's not stopping. No excuses. So please welcome Sue-Ann Baksh-Lorray to the show.
Thank you. Thanks, Nikki.
Oh, it's such a pleasure having you. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. And I recognize someone in the audience.
Yeah.
Yes, your husband, Mark. He's been on the show a couple of times, so it's good to see him. So how's the family?
Everybody's doing well, thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really good. It's really good. And I know that you've been doing a lot of community work. You've been doing some motivational speeches and that. So I know the great work that we see, but there's always a story behind the story.
Yeah.
So tell me about what led you here.
Yeah. So I actually work for a bank, one of the top 5 banks in Canada, and I've been working in the financial industry for over 25 years. And what happened is when I was a financial advisor working in Canadian bank branches, I had a lot of clients that came and sat down in front of me, different situations, different walks of life. And there were some instances where I had clients where their relationships had changed, whether it was a breakdown in a relationship or they'd suddenly become widowed. And their partner or their spouse was the one that did all of the banking, and they had no idea of even the simplest banking terms. And so there I was sitting with them whilst they're in tears, walking them through banking 101. And so as a banker, a lot of times we take for granted, because we're in that industry and this is something that we do every single day, we take it for granted that there are others out there who we just assume that they understand financial literacy or that they have financial literacy. But working in that role opened my eyes. And then also on a personal level, I was married for 18 years. Unfortunately, it was a toxic relationship. Myself and my children are survivors of domestic violence. In my 20s, I was financially stable. I had a house, I owned a car, I was starting my career, I was starting to grow my family. I had it all. And what makes my story unique is that anybody can sit, and talk about finances or teach financial literacy, but I've actually walked the struggle, the financial struggle. I had it all and I lost it. I was facing foreclosure, just trying to make ends meet, $40 for groceries a week with 3 children at that time. So I know what it's like to struggle. And then through resiliency, through perseverance and faith, I survived. I survived. I became a single mother on a single income with these 4 kids, and I had to find a way to make it through and raise them. But then I was fortunate enough recently to meet my husband, Mark, and we're married in April. And so I've grown to becoming a mother of 9 children.
Say what now?
Yeah.
9?
So yeah, perfect. The blended family. When I say blended family, we are a blended family.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So to have lost it all and to now have rebuilt again, and that's what has made me realize that going through that journey, that there are so many other women out there who need help. Not only women, men too, but there's a need to teach and to educate, and that's what led me with my husband Mark to create our nonprofit organization and our business as well, Excel No Excuses.
Excel, no excuses. I love that. Yes. Well, I thank you so much for the courage of sharing your story. I think it resonated with all of us listening to that. And for myself, having gone through something very similar to you, raising 3 kids, having it, and then going on the other side and then coming back.
Yes.
It's quite a journey. So I commend you on how well you've done, very gracefully.
Thank you.
But it's really amazing how you talk to people and they're still in a place where they have $1 million ideas. They are go-getters, but they still don't know how to do the simple balancing their own checkbooks.
Yes.
So the personal financial literacy piece is really huge, and I'm a huge champion of teaching children, as early as possible how to save and the different options that can lead to generational wealth.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
yeah. That's amazing. So tell us now about the nonprofit Excel No Excuses.
So actually the nonprofit organization is Life to the Fullest, and then our business is Excel No Excuses.
Okay.
So I'll tell you a little bit about Life to the Fullest.
Sure.
So that's really where we had started initially when Mark and I joined forces. We had talked about our goals, and my passion is women and children, and his is homelessness. So we decided to get together, and Life to the Fullest is about empowering, motivating, and aspiring. So we do full circle workshops. We collaborate within our community. So shout out to Blessed Cuts out in Whitby, Ontario, one of our partners out there. So we host a lot of workshops, financial literacy, growth and development, personal growth and development workshops as well. So what we do is a little bit of everything, whether it is resume writing, getting job preparedness. For myself, it's the financial literacy piece. So I teach, the basic principles of financial literacy. I even have clients that I sit down with, and I've done one-on-one in terms of budgeting and just going over financial reviews. So we do that. We've done the homeless outreach as well. So in the wintertime, we did go out and we handed out sleeping bags and hot chocolate.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we do that as well. So yeah, a little bit of everything is what we do in our communities. And we actually also help some families as well that were new to Canada. So we do that. There's a newcomer program under our organization, and so providing clothing, we do food and clothing donations as well to needy families.
That's fantastic. Awesome. That is really amazing. And then the business that you do with your husband, Excel No Excuses.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes. On the side, we just recently started our business, Excel No Excuses. And our signature phrase is decide, be, and do.
Decide, be, and do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what it is just the no excuse mindset. So Mark is our no excuse coach, and I partnered with him in the business. Of course, my part is the financial literacy piece. I work out the finances, whether it's personal or small business, because with the individual finances, it's different from a small business perspective, because small business is more about the monthly financial statements and having a business plan and that kind of thing. And so we recognize that there are individuals who are investing their life into their businesses. They may not know how to do that. They're stuck. And so they need a bit of help. And we create excuses in our mind, right? I may not be able to do that. Oh, I don't think it's going to work. Or you have family members or friends who are saying, why do you want to do that for, right? Like, that's not going to work. So we want to get you away from that. Get rid of the excuses. You can make it happen. That's what we want to do. And so we do paid speaking events as well as paid coaching and mentoring workshops. And we even have clients right now. So on the small business side, we have clients that we're working to help them grow their startup businesses. So we're doing that as well.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting. And I like what you said, living your life with no excuses. That means just really overcoming a lot of limiting beliefs.
Yes.
And yes, you talked about the environment, kind of propagating that idea that you can't or you shouldn't or you wouldn't. And there are a lot of great people who bury great ideas because of what they hear in their environment. In a similar situation, I mean, I was happily teaching for many years, but when I first threw out the idea that I wanted to have a talk show, everybody's like, no. How are you going to do that? You're going to leave like a safe 9-to-5 corporate to go into something that you're not really that prepared for.
Exactly.
And I said, okay, watch me.
Right.
And then I can't say that it was easy. There were a lot of ups and downs, but 15 years later, it is what it is now. So
it is. Yeah, good for you. Yeah. And that's what it takes too, because I mean, I've been there myself. My husband's been there. We're told you can't do that. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who say, I don't think that's right for you. You're not going to be able to do that. But if you have that mindset, you have to maintain that positive mindset, and you have to persevere and say, you know what, I can do it. Tell yourself you can do it. Change starts with us, right? So we're the ones who have to make that change, and that's what we're trying to do with our business. Is we want to share that message and spread that word and encourage others to be their very best, right? We wouldn't be where we are today if we just sat on the idea, right? And that's what we want to do, is to help others. And so we decided, you know what? Decide, be, and do. We're gonna do it.
Decide, be, and do. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. If you had just believed that your circumstance was your reality, then where would you be now? So it's so important to keep moving forward with no excuses.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I love that. So where can people find you? Where can they find you on social media?
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram at Suanne-Lorray, SUEANNLORRAY. On Facebook, Suanne Baksh-Lorray, and my email is suannelorray@gmail.com.
Fantastic. And do you have any upcoming speaking events that we can support you?
We do have something that's coming up in July. So we do our workshops with Blessed Cuts out in Whitby there. So I'll send out that information so that you can share that date when it comes up.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll definitely spread the good news. And I just want to ask you something. It's just totally candid. For someone watching right now and they're going through a situation, and we know that all negative situations are temporary, but what could you advise them right now if they just need to hear that one word? How would you encourage them?
I would say have faith. Don't be afraid to ask for help. That's what I would say. When you ask for help, you don't realize how many people are out there willing to help you and how many doors of opportunities you can open up for yourself. Do not give up. You can do it.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, Nikki.
Thank you, Suanne. And please reach out to Suanne Baksh-Lorray on social media. No excuses. Only excel. We'll be back.